Hi friends, welcome back. So in this video, I will be discussing about 9 important factors. If you follow these 9 important factors, definitely we can make your regression testing more successful. To make regression testing more successful means you should follow certain guidelines, certain factors that would help you to make a successful journey as part of the regression testing. So let us move on and understand which are those 9 important factors that you should keep in mind while doing regression testing. The first factor normally while doing regression testing we should check here is what is the timeline, how much is the effort is required, what is the window we have with us in order to complete the regression testing. That is the first thing as a tester you should know. If they say you just need to complete the test execution within a 1 day, or if they say just 2 days or just a half a day, now you should put all your strategies, processes, procedures, everything to accommodate to complete the regression testing within that half a day, 1 day or 2 day and so on. Because especially with the given new agile methodologies, we cannot ask for weeks of time to complete our regression execution. That is the first factor you should consider. What is the timeline or what is the window you will get it in order to execute the regression testing. And the second factor you should look here is all the prerequisites which are required to perform regression testing is are all available or not, because in order to execute regression test cases there could be a lot of prerequisite may be required, such as whether it is really met the entry criteria for the regression testing or not. Everything you should validate. So that is the second factor you should consider. The third factor you should consider is whether the test environment is completely ready or not. If the test environment itself is not ready, because the creation of test environment is third party dependent, because we are waiting the environment from third party person, means if the test environment is not ready, definitely you cannot go and execute your regression test cases. Hence this is the third factor you should consider while making a regression testing planning. And the fourth important factor here is availability of test data. Once the environment is ready, you should pump the test data which is required to execute the regression test cases. You should have a clear idea what are the test data you should pump into the test environment, and what are the data you should have it here, who is going to provide that test data, everything you should have a clear idea in order to make regression testing successful. Then the fifth aspect or fifth factor you should be aware here is, as part of the regression test cases, as part of regression testing, what are the various different types of testing we should perform, whether you will be required to perform UI regression only, or API regression only, or DB regression testing only, or whatever the different types of regression testing you should perform. That is the scope you should know. Unless if you are not knowing the scope, you cannot put a right plan or you cannot make a successful regression testing. And the sixth thing you should do here is, because now we have a timeline, now we have an environment, now we have a test data, everything you have. Now what you should do, because you cannot go and execute all thousands of test cases with a given timeline. Now the next factor you should look here is, we have to do a prioritization. If you are not done earlier, then you should do immediately. You should make it as a regular practice to prioritize the test cases every time. Because if you are not prioritize every test cases, if they given lesser time for execution, then we cannot go and execute all the test cases. Only priority 1 test cases I will be going to execute, or priority 3 test cases I will be executing, or priority 1 plus priority 2 I am going to executing. So that kind of strategy you can adopt. That's why it is always recommendable to prioritize the test cases regularly and maintain those test cases also regularly. The seventh factor you should also consider while planning regression testing is, the automation is very much a key here. You will have a huge number of test cases, let's say 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 test cases if you have. If you wanted to execute everything manually, then it is not possible with the given available resources. You are required to perform, you have to require to bring automation here with the right strategy, with the right intention, with the right return of investment strategy. Then only you can make regression testing a successful one. Then the eighth important factor which you should keep in mind here is especially maintaining the regression suite is very much important. If there is a change in the development code, then appropriately you should change your test cases as well. And that kind of communication you should have, and there should not be any communication gap. Developer changes certain things, but that communication has not come to testing, then your test cases will be a more of a redundant test cases, which is of no use. Hence, it is always you should maintain your test cases more often, more frequently, more regularly. That would help you to keep your quality of the regression test cases higher. Then the ninth factor you should keep in mind here is once you are done with your execution, everything is done. The next job here is you should be able to analyze the test results. That itself a huge task. If you do not know how to analyze the report and how to publish the regression report, then is of no use. This is also the crucial factor you should look here in order to make your regression testing a successful one. I have given the 9 important factors you should keep in mind while doing regression testing. If you follow all these 9 factors, definitely you can make your regression testing the successful one. If you guys really like this video, then please give a thumbs up to this video. If you guys are not subscribed to this channel, then do subscribe, then click on bell icon so that all our future videos will be in your inbox. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now. Take care.